Mr. Dapo Abiodun joins us now. He's a member of the APC and the Senatorial candidate for Ogun East in Ogun State. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
About the card readers, let's talk about Ogun State because, I mean, before the elections were rescheduled, there were, I think, below 40% distribution at the time. And even lately, the governor did speak up about the distribution of the PVCs. And we understand there are comments, suggestions that who knows, that they may have an extension beyond that March 8. Don't know how plausible that is, but public holidays, there's a plan to declare holidays to ensure people go out and collect the PVCs. What's the current situation now?
Thank you very much and good morning. The current situation from the stats we have from INEC is that they've supplied Ogun State with about 846,000 cards out of the 1.370 million cards allocated to the state. This represents about 62% of the allocated number of cards. If you look at the INEC register, it shows a total of about 1.790 million cards, million people registered. So when you look at these numbers, we've got 846,000 cards, the claim we have in the state. We have people going to collect these cards, they get there, their cards are not there. Officially, they've supplied us with 62%. When you look at the number of allocated cards, which is 1.37 to 1.79 of registered voters, about 400,000 cards are already missing right off the back. Now, between 1.37 and 840 something, we have another 500,000 cards that are still outstanding. And out of those 846,000, most of the cards are not ours because Ogun State is not, it's mostly rural. So people know themselves. People know who is in their polling unit, who is registered there. So when they go and look for their cards, they can tell if this card is Dapo Abiodun's card or if it's Chamberlain's card. So they see all these strange names. So apparently, what we believe is that we have cards that do not belong to us in Ogun State that have been sent to us. But they keep on saying that there was one theory that the cards belong to students that registered in 2011 that have since graduated. Went back and we did our statistics and realized the fact that between 2011 to date, all the students that registered that would have graduated were now up to 50,000. They said 555 people have died in Ogun State, and we said, it's the only Ogun State that people are falling dead. So something is wrong somewhere. We are quite hopeful, though, that according to them, new cards should begin to filter in by this weekend, and hopefully there will be an extension.
For the state or across the country?
Well, I'm hoping that it will be across board. What they're telling us is that we'll get new cards by the weekend, and as such, there will be an extension for probably a week or so. And our governor has promised that once that happens, he will declare a public holiday to enable our citizens to go and pick up those cards.
But what did they say directly about those 555 cars they say belong, belong to dead people? Because when we heard that, we thought, wait a minute, this is a state that's grappling with collection of PVCs, and now you've got that huge number said to belong to dead people.
Well, that is the stats according to INEC. All this information they've provided, we practically point holes in them. We believe that, we don't want to say that something is going on. We want to give INEC the benefit of the doubt. We know that they are saddled with a huge responsibility of conducting these elections, and it's probably almost overwhelming for them. We'd like to give them some credit. You know, I think that compared to what happened in previous years, they have improved on service delivery. However, we have not gotten our cards. We're hoping that, as they have promised us, in the next few days, the cards will begin to filter in, and our people will have the chance to vote for the candidates of their choice, because our people are dying to vote. They are dying, and they are determined to vote. So we hope that they will not disenfranchise our people who turned out in larger numbers than ever before to register to vote during this forthcoming elections.
But you know, several people, INEC inclusive, have also said there are lots of PVCs lying at collection centers and people are not coming forward to pick them. Doesn't that apply to Ogun State as well?
Well, I already talked about that. The fact is, in our own case, our people are so desirous of voting. There are those polling units or INEC centers every day. But the PVCs there do not belong to our state. Like, for example, in my own local government, there are still quite a few PVCs lying there. And we all know each other. You go to your polling unit, you know, polling units are created around, you know, the communities, and everybody knows everybody. So you look at the cards and say, who is this name? Who is this person? We've even embarked on calling, you know, the numbers that are associated with the names to encourage them to pick up the cards. We have provided vehicles. We've given all manner kind of incentive for people to go there and collect these cards. The cards that are there, lying there, do not belong to our people. So obviously, is either there's a mistake or I don't want to say perhaps maybe there's a deliberate attempt to cause some sort of confusion.
So as it is now, because we understand INEC so far have been able to get to that big mark of 80% of, well, distribution of these PVCs as well as collection. What's the gist in your own locality? Your senatorial district is?
Ogun East.
Ogun East.
That's the Ijebu side of Ogun State. We have 9 local governments. In our state, the numbers, the percentage that we have right now is 62%. And that's remarkable from the 40% that we had before, because Ogun State was like one of the lowest states in terms of card collection. But like I said, the cards were simply not ours. So we're hoping that in the next few days, more cards begin to arrive. We'll see the numbers improve. But I can assure you that people are waiting. Every day there are those polling centers and the INEC centers waiting for those cards. And I know that our governors, as a matter of fact, the Awujale of Ijebu land, the Akarigbo of Remo land, our traditional, both of them don't have PVCs. So, I mean, you can imagine if the Awujale does not have a PVC as we speak this morning, or the Akarigbo of Remo land, who is the traditional ruler that is in Shagamu, does not have a PVC. So that tells you that something is not quite right somewhere.
Well, INEC has been speaking. Maybe tell us if you've met with the REC in Ogun State concerning this particular matter.
Well, I have not personally met with him, but I know that our party and the state government have had numerous meetings with him. His Excellency, Senator Ibukulam, is very optimistic that in the next few days this matter should be in hand. So we're waiting. We're waiting.
Well, today is Friday, March the 6th, and you know, again, people they always go back to what would have been February 14, for instance, if these elections had held. You know, people say that, especially the APC, they say that INEC said they were ready and they believed them. Why did your party believe that INEC was ready?
Well, we didn't have reason not to believe INEC wasn't ready. INEC is the umpire in this election, and we believe that they are the unbiased umpire. Their constitutional role is to conduct free and fair and credible elections. So if INEC says to us they are ready, we didn't have a choice but to believe they are ready.